Hi, I'm Phyllis, southernfrugal.com. Today, it's actually about 1:30 or so in the afternoon. We're going to make some milk chocolate fudge, and we're doing this a little bit different than the fudge we made with the buttermilk. This time, we're going to use evaporated milk. Now, this one is a little different in that you're going to have to stir it the whole time that it's cooking. If you don't, it will burn. I promise you it will. So it's going to be kind of a long process, but what we're going to do is first add 3 full cups of sugar. All right, I'm going to turn y'all down and let you watch this. All right, 3 cups of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and put that in first. And then to that, we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of Hershey's cocoa. Now, if you like your fudge really dark, then you would probably want to go ahead and add the 2/3 of a cup. But we're trying to make creamy, milky fudge today. All right, so that's 1/3 of a cup of Hershey's cocoa. And now to that we're going to add a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. So that would be 1.5 cups of evaporated milk, 12 ounces. Well, first let's do this. Let's get that cocoa mixed in with the sugar, get those lumps broken up. Just break those lumps up real good. I mean, they're going to break up anyway when you get the liquid in there, but I like to just break them up a little bit before time. And that's probably good enough. All right, we're going to add 1.5 cups of evaporated milk. And to that we're going to add just a pinch of salt, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut my burner on now to sort of a medium to maybe a little, almost a medium high. Now what you want to do is stir this and try not to get it up around the sides, because you don't want your fudge to crystallize on you. And it will do that if it gets any kind of crystals from the side of the pot. So we're just going to gently stir it and let it come up to a boil, and my burner is smoking because there's grease on it. Hold on, we'll be back. Alright, we're back. I had to let that, there's a little bit of grease on that burner. I had to let it burn off. Alright, so we're just going to keep stirring this. Let it come to a full boil. Now when it boils, it's going to boil up past those areas where I can see little bits of sugar crystals. And at that point, you don't want to stir it and get it up above that and cause sugar crystals. Alright, so we're just going to gently keep stirring this, and we want to cook this to the soft boil stage. Now, I got pretty well fed up with my candy thermometer, and I actually threw it away. So now I have no choice but to use the soft boil stage, or 234 degrees to 240. And that's how much you want to cook this. So anyway, it's probably going to be a little while before this all gets to that stage. So we'll be back. Alright, the fudge is now boiling. And I did cut my burner down to just medium. And I've been stirring it the whole time. Now, because I've used evaporated milk, I'm going to just gently stir it the whole time to make sure it doesn't burn on the bottom, because I've actually had that happen. So it definitely needs to be stirred. And also try not to stir it up on the sides, because the boiling has already brought it up past the area where the little sugar crystals were. So we're just going to gently stir it. And again, I've turned my burner down to just medium. And we're just going to keep stirring it until we get to the soft boil stage. Now, once we get to that stage, we're going to put it in a sink of cool water. We're going to add 1/4 of a cup of butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and we're going to let it cool. And after it cools, we're going to go ahead and add a cup of pecans, and this is pecan pieces, or you can use walnuts or whatever choice you want to on the nuts. So again, I'm going to actually turn my burner down again to a little past medium, but not quite on medium low. But you want it to maintain a steady boil. So it's going to be a while. I'm not sure how long, but it'll be a little while, and we're going to start testing it to see when we get to the soft boil stage. And for that, you're going to need a little cup of cool water. In my case, I use a little bowl. And this is just like cool tap water. And if your tap water is warm like ours is, because it's summertime, I just put a little ice cube in there to get it a little cooler. All right, we're just going to keep stirring, and we'll be back when this is ready. All right, I wanted to show y'all how to test for the soft boil stage. I've already tested it one time, but I've been just slowly stirring. It's been probably, I'm thinking maybe 10 minutes. All right, I've already tested it one time. So you want to dip some kind of spoon in the mixture, and then just let it drop off into some cold water. Now, for the soft ball stage, you should be able to pick that little ball up without it falling apart. And see, that's not quite happening yet. See, it kind of falls apart. Can y'all see that? Let's see, right there. See, it's just kind of falling apart. So it's not ready yet. So we're going to test it again in just a few minutes, and I'm going to change my water. And I've actually got another bowl here filled with water too. All right, we'll be back. All right, I think we are just about at the soft boil stage. I've already tested it one more time, but now I'm going to do it again. And at this point, of course, it's very important that you keep stirring it. Now, unlike the other fudge, you don't have to keep stirring that. The one with buttermilk or the one with just, regular plain cow's milk. But with this one, you absolutely have to keep stirring it because it will stick and burn on the bottom. All right, we're going to test it again. Just get one drop. Let it drop in there. Let it sit there just a second. I'm going to see if we can pick it up now. There it is. Can y'all see that? That's what you call soft boil stage right there. I can turn it into a little ball and it's still soft. So we're ready to take this up. Now I'm going to move y'all over to the other side and show you what we need to do now. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we're going to sit this down in a sink of just cold tap water. And we're going to dump the butter in. We're going to leave it sitting here till it gets warm enough that I can put or cool enough that I can put my hand on the bottom of the pot. So it'll be just kind of, like just slightly warm. At this point, if you stir it, you're going to make it sugary. So do not stir it here, not even one little bit. Just leave it sitting and let it cool down, and then we'll start beating it, and we'll be ready to add the nuts and the vanilla. We'll be back in probably maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. We'll be back. All right, while you're waiting for the fudge mixture to get down to just where it's just barely warm, you want to butter the plate or pan or whatever you're going to put it in. Now this is a 7.5 by 9.5 inch Pyrex dish, and so you'll need something, but just make sure you butter it. Now if the pan is too big, it'll make the fudge really thin. So you probably want the fudge to be maybe, I don't know, a 1/2 inch thick at least. So butter it good, and we'll be back when this is ready to start beating. Alright, we are back, and the fudge has cooled on the bottom so I can touch it. It's just a teeny bit warm. I'm going to go ahead and add the vanilla extract, which would be 1 teaspoon. There we go. And now we're ready to start beating this. And you really can't use a mixer for this because it really is way too thick. You really have to do it by hand. And so what you want to do is incorporate that butter into it. Now, once you start stirring it and getting ready to beat it, you don't want to stop. You want to just keep doing it until the glossy color leaves and it starts turning dull, and that's the time you need to absolutely get it into the pan. I'm going to go ahead and also put my nuts in now, because I have had this happen where it got hard before I put the nuts in and I didn't get them in. So anyway, now it's a little hard to start with. But anyway, I'm going to keep mixing this up, and when it gets ready to turn from shiny to glossy, we'll be back. I mean, shiny to dull, we'll be back. Okay, we are back, and I'm a little fearful this is going to get hard in the pot because it's already turning a little bit dull. Yeah, there's always that fear that it'll get hard real quick in the pot. And that's what I'm fearful of now, because it's gotten mighty thick. So we're just going to go ahead and dump this in. See, you can see when I start dumping it, part of it is dull. I'm going to have to get a spoon to get the rest of that out. It's really hard to get it all out once it gets so thick. Y'all see when I stir it, all of a sudden it starts getting dull. I don't know if that shows up on the camera or not. But anyway, we're going to stop now because I'm afraid it's getting hard right now. Alright y'all, after this is completely set and I'm ready to cut it, we'll show you what it looks like. We'll be back. A little trick for getting the fudge out of a little Pyrex dish like this. I warmed up this rag in the microwave so it's hot, and just sit it down on there for just a minute or so and it'll come out a lot easier. Alright, we're going to take this out. I've already had one piece of it. It's delicious. We'll be back. Alright, here's the fudge. I took it all out of the pan, and there's what it looks like. And I did, of course, already taste up one of the pieces. So it's actually going to go back in this pan, and I'm going to put the lid on it, and so we don't really eat so much of it all at one time. Yeah. All right, y'all. We will see y'all next time. I hope this will work out for you. And by the way, putting the little cloth that's wet and been warmed up in the microwave really helps to get it out of a plate or even a Pyrex pan like this. All right, y'all, we will see y'all next time. Bye for now.